So my name is Luciano Fidalgo. I am coming to you from Boston, Massachusetts, and it is my honor and privilege to be your host for tonight. I am honored to be introducing our speaker for our presentation tonight. I got involved with Menatech about 22 years ago, and I met our speaker probably 22 years ago for sure. He is a gentleman that's been around the business for a while. He got introduced by his father, which is awesome. Products did wonders for him, and then he decided to build a business, and went all the way to Silver Presidential Director, which is a very important position and rank in our company. It's a life-changing position and rank for those of you that are trying to figure out what that means. But anyways, I'm excited for you to hear from Kevin Robbins. He is our speaker. He is a gentleman who has international businesses all over and has been involved for a while. And I'm sure he's going to be telling you a little bit of his story and tell you about the opportunity that you have tonight. But anyways, without any further ado, Silver President Director from Dallas, Texas, Mr. Kevin Robbins.
Thank you, Luciano. Thank you very much. Yeah, 22 years. I think you might have had hair back then, Luciano. I'm not sure. No, it's been a fantastic 20 plus years with you. And, we're going to be talking a lot tonight about this company. And yes, we've been around a while. We're a legacy company. And I actually joined over 30 years ago. And it's been just such a blessing in my life. And so we're just going to talk to you tonight, just very briefly. We call these briefings. We try to keep in about 15, 20 minutes. And so we just want to give you enough information to help you make a great decision. So I'm going to go ahead and share the presentation here, and let's pull that up. I think we got it on the screen. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking about catch the side hustle wave in 2025. So we are going to be talking about this tonight in the context of a side gig, a side hustle, something you can do to create part-time income. And absolutely, that's what this is. We're going to be sharing with you, this is actually one of the best side hustle opportunities going right now. And we're going to be talking about that. However, it's more than just a side gig. As I said earlier, I joined over 30 years ago, and when I started, my motivation was just to make a little extra income, a little side business, to make a little extra income. I was working in corporate America, a college degree, never imagined that I would do anything outside of that to, create an income for my family. So I was just starting this on the side, but I found out that this was so much fun. The opportunity was so good. I enjoyed the people that were involved. I enjoyed the income and traveling and doing all kinds of fun things as a side business that about 2 years into it, I gave up my full-time career, and I have been doing this full-time ever since. So I'm not saying that's what you're going to do, but I'm just saying that's my story. And it's been the best 30 years from a business standpoint. Have really enjoyed that. And so again, tonight, I'm just going to share with you who we are, what we do, talk to you a little bit about what your opportunity is with this company. And then you can make a decision. Does this sound like something that you would be interested in? And again, if it's not, that's great. Thank you for giving us your time tonight. But if it is, I think this is something that can really bless your life, and you're going to bless a lot of people because of you being involved. So let me just jump right in, and we're going to start talking about some of the reasons that people are looking at side gigs. Diversifying your income. That's a fairly new concept. Certainly when I was in college, the idea was the American dream was to get a job and to have that job for the rest of your life and retire, at 65. And, that's not where we are today in the world. And so diversifying, having multiple streams of income is something that is very, very appealing to a lot of people. And Forbes talked about it in 2024. Kind of the same concept, a multi-income career, what it is, how it can work for you. the main point is you're not limited by your time, by your current job status, by your educational levels. You're not limited by, you know, your current resources. And I think that's really something uplifting, to not feel, or to feel that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And again, I'm talking about financially and in the business world. And these side gigs are a big part of that. And then specifically the company we're going to talk about can certainly play a big role in that. So it's projected that 34% of Americans will join a side hustle in 2025. So I'm just asking you, what are you waiting on? Many of you may already have joined a side hustle. And that's the cool part about this, is you're not limited to just one. A lot of people are doing multiples as well. So let's talk about some side hustle statistics. 50% of millennials and 70% of Gen Zs have already joined a side hustle. I don't know what the demographic of people watching tonight is, but I know when I think of millennials, I think of like the young generation, right? But I looked it up before tonight. Do you realize that millennials, their age group is from 27 to 42? So these are not your young guys anymore. These are, again, 30s and 40s. That's our millennial generation, but the Gen Zs are our young generation. But regardless, 50 to 70% of those groups are already doing a side hustle. The US side hustle market is $2.5 trillion. So there's a lot of money in the US of people doing these side gigs. People are making money, let me tell you that. 83% of Americans will be involved in a side gig by 2027. So what's our current reality? You know, rising, why are people doing this? Rising cost of living, job insecurity. I don't need to tell you these. You know, your need for a safety net. This is one, though, that I think is interesting. Unfunded retirement, underfunded or unfunded retirement. There's so many people today, whether you're 50 plus or 60 plus, or whether you're in your 30s, that really the idea of retirement is like out the window. Like, what does that even mean? Like, most people think I'm going to have to work for the rest of my life, just because costs are so much today, expenses are so much, and people are behind in this. Well, I'm going to talk to you tonight about a concept that let's call it being a cash flow millionaire. A cash flow millionaire. What does that mean? I'm going to come back to that term. But really, when you retire, all that really means is that you've stored up enough money. You've stored up enough money that money can provide you a lifestyle to do what you want to do, or essentially not have to work when you get older. What if there was another way to do that? So I'm going to get back to that in just a minute, but I think that's a really important concept. All right, so the time for a solution is now. We're going to be talking about what that solution is tonight. 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and people are just ready to find a solution. So let's watch this video, and I'll come back right after it's over.
Why are there not more people talking about the retirement crisis? Let's dive into why it's happening and how you can turn things around. Being part of the sandwich generation is tough. You're juggling your kids' needs and your parents' care, all while trying to save for retirement. Inflation, rising healthcare costs, and living expenses aren't helping either. In fact, 67% of us are worried about inflation, and 51% are stressed about healthcare costs. With retirement savings falling short, many of us are turning to credit card debt just to get by. But hey, there's hope on the horizon. Imagine a way to earn extra income that fits around your busy life. Enter Manatech, a network marketing opportunity that's helping people just like us. Manatech's business model offers flexibility and the chance to build a supplemental income stream through their innovative products. Getting started has never been easier or more affordable. Think about it. A community of over 500,000 independent distributors worldwide, all working towards financial freedom. Real people, real results. It's time to take control of your financial future.
All right. Go back. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Manatech, the ultimate gig. Why Manatech is not just another side hustle. Why I believe it's the best side hustle that you can be involved in right now. So number one, we're going to talk about health products tonight that are backed by science. I'm going to get into that a little bit in the next on the next screen. But that gives us real uniqueness, real distinction in the marketplace. We have something that no one else has. And again, I'll get into that in the next screen or the next slide. So the income potential, so you're working on your own, but most people are looking for somewhere between $500 a month to, again, over time, $5,000 a year or more, or $5,000 a month or more. I just want to put that in context, right? So let's talk about, so let's back up and look at that $500, per month. This is different than a job. And even a lot of side gigs are just jobs that you're doing on the side. But a job is something where you're trading your time for money, right? So you have to put in that time in order to get the money back. Well, what we're going to be talking about tonight is something that can create ongoing income. So that's even $500 a month is different when it's ongoing income, because the people that you invite to be part of your team that are buying products from your online store, they're going to continue to buy month after month after month. So that income can be ongoing, as we call it. And so this is what I was talking about earlier about creating cash flow, being very similar to having a retirement fund, but in a different way. So let's think about what it takes to retire, if you will. Let's go back to that concept. Again, you're going to store up money over time that when you get to a certain age, you're ready to have that money go to work for you. So let's just do easy math and say that you've stored up $1 million, you've saved up $1 million, and you're going to be able to earn maybe say 6% interest, maybe a little more, a little less, but let's just be conservative and say 6% interest on that money. So that's actually $6,000 a year that $1 million would be able to, or $6,000, $60,000 a year that money would provide you. So it's about $5,000 a month. Sorry about that. So it's $5,000 a month, so $60,000 a year. And so what that means is you've been able to create a nest egg to provide that kind of money. But the hard part about that is the $1 million, right? Where do you get the $1 million? You've got to spend your whole life saving up for it, depending on how old you are right now. It's either a lot of money you're having to put away immediately, or when you start young, you can do a smaller amount, but still it's a big lifetime commitment. Well, what if there was a way to create a business that created that same type of income flow of ongoing business? And so in Manatech, if you were to have, say, $500 per month, what that does is it's an ongoing business. So $500 per month, about $6,000 a year. That's the equivalent of having $100,000 in an investment at 6% interest. At some point, you get up to $5,000 a month. That's now the equivalent of that $1 million. So if you had $1 million making $5,000 per month, that's what you would have for retirement. But what if you had that same cash flow? So that's what we're talking about tonight. So get your mind around this idea of this cash flow versus a job, because this is definitely not a job. So the startup costs are very, very minimal to get started on, $49. And so let's talk about what Manatech is all about. So I have a video here that we're going to watch about the products.
Life begins with a single cell. Within this tiny unit lies the blueprint for all living things, DNA. DNA holds the instructions for creating life, but it's the proteins that animate these instructions. Think of proteins as the diligent workers carrying out the blueprint's tasks. But what enables these proteins to perform their tasks accurately? Enter glycans. These sophisticated carbohydrate chains sit atop proteins, relaying essential messages and guiding cellular functions. Glycans are fundamental. They provide energy, support DNA structure, shape and direct proteins, and play a crucial role in cellular communication. At Manatech, we recognize the transformative power of glycans. Our philosophy, glycans are life, is built on the belief that when cells communicate and function properly, every aspect of health improves. Our approach to health is rooted in science, ensuring that your cells function correctly. When your cells are healthy, so are you. Experience the Manitech difference. Let glycans unlock a healthier, more vibrant you. Manitech. Glycans are life.
So glycans are life. So I could spend half an hour or an hour just talking about this technology, and I'm not going to do that tonight. But I can tell you that this is a whole new category of nutrition. It's biological sugars, a whole new category of nutrition. You can spend time on ChatGPT or whatever your favorite AI tool is tonight and look up glycans, the benefit of glycans. And Manitech provides nutritionally, naturally, those glycans. And one of the primary ones comes from aloe vera. And we have a patented process to extract that, the mannose is what it's called from aloe vera. We call it Manipul. And it has over between 1 to 2 million Daltons. That's just the approved molecular weight of the glycan. And so that's providing a really high level of nutrition. And we've got multiple lines of products, whether that's general nutrition, skincare, sports nutrition, fat loss, but all of those are reliant on the quality of these glycans. And again, this very unique category of nutrition. And this gives Manitech a huge amount of uniqueness. We have products that work unlike many, many others out in the marketplace. And yet we have 30-year history and thousands of people that have had tremendous results with the glycan. So I'm going to move on, but I love that technology. I'd love to tell you more about it. So what makes Manitech the right choice? I've already talked about a lot of the features, but we have unlimited earning potential. We have incentive trips. Just today, Manitech sent out hundreds of invitations to our associates to invite them to Aruba, associates that have qualified for an amazing trip to Aruba in June. Many of our associates got that email today. I know I got it. I was super excited. It's going to be an awesome trip. That's just an example of some of the fun that we get to have. It's more than just a great business. It's also a great community. And Manitech's done over $5 billion in sales. We're not just a startup company. $5 billion in sales. And I'll tell you, we paid out about 40% in commissions. So that means we paid out over $2 billion in commissions to people like you and me to help us spread the word about these amazing products. So that's why our side gig is better than just about anything out there in the marketplace today. So the health and wellness industry is just exploding. It's $4.4 trillion. I remember back, before 2000, so this is like the late 1990s, the experts were talking about the health and the wellness industry was going to be the next $1 trillion industry. Well, it has met that and surpassed it. So now it's a $4.4 trillion industry. You get to do this from home. So obviously the demand for home businesses are growing. The gig marketplace just taking over. The only question is, how do I get to start right now? What do I need to do? So first thing is just become a Manitech distributor. It's a very simple process. We provide all the online training. You don't have to do this by yourself. We give you an online store. We show you how to market your online store. And when people buy products, Manitech ships those products. We handle all the taxes, and you just are part of the income stream as a thank you for bringing those customers to us. But again, every time those people order, you get paid. So that's really, really cool. And that's why it's ongoing money. So start earning by impacting other people's lives. And you get to be part of a tremendous Manitech family. Our active associates can earn anywhere, I talked about this earlier, between $500, $2,000 per month, with our top leaders earning 6 to 7 figures annually. This is not a job. You have a business, and so your earnings are based upon your efforts. But many people just maybe an hour or 2 hours a day can start their business, can start a part-time business, and can start creating that income right away. So again, whether you want to earn $500 a month or $5,000 a month, Manitech is the company for you. So I catch this wave in 2025. 83% of Americans are projected to be performing in gig work in 2027. Only 34% of those are doing it right now. So there's a huge opportunity to invite more people to be part of this gig. And so the question is, are you going to be part of it? Are you going to catch this wave? Are you going to be one of the winners? And I hope that you talk to the person that invited you tonight and say, hey, I want to find out a little bit more about this opportunity, about this amazing side gig, and I want to participate. If not, thank you for joining us tonight. But I have one more slide. Sorry about that. Do not procrastinate. It's a great team to train and support you. Do it right now. Great natural products, great income. And there's a mission to support kids. Don't have too much time to tell you about it, but we have an amazing program that supports malnourished kids all over the world called M5M. All we're missing is you. So I'm going to turn this back over to Luciano. And Luciano, you can take us home, but thank you for being here tonight.
Awesome, Kevin. Great presentation. Hey, guys, I hope you enjoy that. And I hope that, especially if you're new, that you're saying to yourself, I want to get back to the person who invited me here tonight. I want to get started. I want to take these products because, man, what Kevin just told us, this is a life-changing product. So I don't want to belabor and add to anything else that he said. I think it was well said, simply done. And to me, I just want to say, have a good night, everybody. It's a great honor having you here tonight. Make sure, again, that you get back to the person who invited you here tonight so they can answer your question. And with that, we'll see you next week right here, same time, same place. Have a good night, everybody.